What's up, man? Hey, Richard, man, I'm finally glad we could get you. It's the second time is the charm.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, we got Richard from Beatbox Records and the Houston Oilers. Glad you could come to the show, man, you know.
Glad to be here, Russ.
So what's been going on, man?
A little bit of everything been going on, Russ. You know, it's old heads, man. Trying to stay relevant out here.
Man, we got to keep working. You see, you got to try everything, you know.
I see you doing something new, man. I'm definitely proud of that, man. See you getting out here doing something new.
Man, I'm trying. I'm definitely trying. It's as close as to the music as I want to be. Talk to my friends in music.
Oh, man, I understand that, man. Music is a blessing and a curse.
It is. It definitely
what I found. A blessing and a curse. There's been a lot of good, a lot of bad, unfortunately. You got a lot of bad to go with it, man.
I think a lot of people that have came, you know, a couple of people that's been on the show with us, you can always see the joy moments in their face when they're thinking about music, but then you always see that little, it's that bad part. They both in there. You know?
They are. That little glitch in there, but overall, it was a great thing. You know, I'm still just doing catalog, as you know, just doing a little catalog with Beatbox Records. But I mean, music it has its highs and its lows.
It definitely does, man. And so, how are you feeling about going forward? You think you got another one in you?
Ooh, man, I get a lot of emails, DMs from young cats say, hey man, you taking any demos? You listen to any music? Unfortunately, I have to tell them no. I get a bunch of them, man. It's just, I think it was a little soured on dealing with that end of the music part, dealing with the entertainment, so to speak.
Yeah, a lot of artists don't realize, man, that we put a lot of time and effort into it, a lot of work, and it's kind of disheartening when they, you know, it ends the way it ends sometime, and we just have to be like, it sours us from hearing the next person because, you know, them people send them demos and them emails, and I be saying the same thing now. I try and listen sometimes, but I'm going into it the wrong way. I'm not even going into it optimistic about it at all.
It is, man. When I see, you know, I can see they call me and say, hey man, I'm serious, I'm hungry, man. I want to do this, man. I really want to do this, man. I'm hungry, man. I'm going to do whatever it takes, man. I'm going to listen, all that. You hear all that? And I'm looking like, man, I done been through that before, man. I mean, you know, I don't think people understand all that we were doing as independent record labels, man. You don't understand the jobs we had. I mean, you was everything. You weren't just an independent record label, man. You were dad, mom, brother, sister, landlord. I mean, when I count back all the things I was doing, you know, it was incredible. I'm telling you, I was people landlords. I was paying light bill, gas bill. I was the bail bondsman, Russ. Everything, psychologists. We did everything for these artists sometimes. And then I think in the end, you don't get it appreciated as much, man, because I know we do a lot of extra things for them that, you know, that they don't realize that it's not part of the job description, man. I mean, let us make a mistake. Let us not send a statement in or something. They, oh man, Rich, you didn't send this, you didn't do this. I said, man, you didn't say that when I was paying your doctor bills and all that. I mean, you know, doctor, lawyer, bail bondsman, Planned Parenthood, we do all kind of stuff, man. People don't realize that. Psychologists, sociologists.
Saving you from going to jail, talking to people.
Yeah, we do everything as a label. I don't think, you know, now some of them may appreciate, but I think the majority of them didn't appreciate what you were doing for them, man. They show no loyalty behind it.
Yeah.
No loyalty. That's what gets me more than anything. The disloyalty. The not remembering what particular thing you did for them. That's what soured me more than anything. It's just incredible. And not only do I see it with my artists, I see it with other artists. When I'm seeing them interviewing, I was like, man, do you realize we gave you a start, man? You were nothing, man. There were 20 of you. There was a million of you, hundreds of you out there. And you don't appreciate the start, man. That bothers me more than anything, man. Yeah. Other than that, it's a great industry to be in. Other than that, it was great to be in.
We're going to have to change the name to the rap gang. Going to have to be like the NFL's logo. Not for long.
Not for long, man.
Because the execs ain't for long.
They don't understand. If you're a pro athlete, buddy, believe me, you don't show up for work or you get in trouble, they don't care. Once they pay you, you paid. Ain't no, I got this emergency or anything like that. If I didn't show up Bud Adams, I didn't get paid, man. If I was short on my rent or anything, they didn't care. We paid you, buddy. That's on you. You know, but rap industry is a different mindset.
Yeah, I'm just always amazed that they always feel there's some extra that ain't there. You be like, okay, well, tell me what is extra. I know you got this or you did this, and it's not really the way they think it is. And even when they find out, they can't admit it to themselves. Because a lot of these rappers are older now. They've done projects. They went through the same things, but they still keep that same mindset that they got shorted somewhere. So why are you shorting yourself? Did you short yourself?
Exactly.
You got less. So who shorted who if you was doing the project?
Exactly.
You know, but
who you gonna call when you put your project out and you feel you got shorted, like you say? Who you gonna call? You know, we went through the same thing you going through. You know, when they put their records out, it ain't that easy, is it? No. Especially when you get a catalog like we had, man. When you get a catalog, it's hard, you know, because you got to try to press it up and this and that. It's not easy when you're dealing with a lot of artists.
no,
Not easy at all, man.
Because that's more phone calls. I need.
That's a bunch of phone calls, man. That's
back to back
24-hour phone calls, man.
And they usually will tell each other that they called it. So when one called, the other one called right after he get off. I just called them, so then they call. So you learn how to deal with it, you know.
Yeah, you do, and you know, and you want to do extra for them. You want to help them, man. But in the end, you want to be appreciated, basically. You know, if we put out a record, it didn't do well, you know, don't go accusing it and all that. No, it just didn't do well. We need to work hard the next time.
Yeah.
That was something hard to get guys to realize, you know. Hey,
It definitely is. But you know, like they say, we live and learn.
Yes,
you know?
we do. We live and learn.
So Rich, so tell me, so when you came from football, I've never even, I think, got this question. What made you want to do the music?
The music, but I think I've always liked music. I was always a music guy. But I think what made me want to do music was when I got down to Houston scene. It was a different scene for me. I got into it. I got introduced to it by a couple pals of mine. Say, hey man, come on here. We got to do this. We want to do this and we want to do that. And then 2 weeks later, he introduced me to the street military, just like that. I told him, yeah. And 2 weeks later, I was meeting with them at a Bennigan's.
Yep.
Getting ready to sign. I jumped right into it. I have to admit, didn't know very much about it though, Russ. I had more money than knowledge though. You know?
But you also that was a good start because they already had they had a buzz, and they definitely always like they live shows, throwing cereal and stuff and nut.
Rest in peace, Nut.
Yeah, I always liked Street Military even from back in the day.
Hey man, Street Military, one of the best groups out of Texas, man. Oh man, that's another story there too, right?
Yeah, there's a million stories behind everything in our game.
Ooh, it is a million stories, man.
So now you've been in the NFL, you've been in the music business. Which one harder to you?
Music business is definitely harder, man. Football, man, compared to the music industry, I would rather be a football player any day than an artist. Any day. It's more structured. And it's more, you can definitely feel, it's more physical as you can feel as if you succeed. Because you know you're going to get paid or whatever. But music industry, it's a little shaky there. It's a little rocky. It's a lot of different factors got to go in for you to be successful.
Yeah.
You know, even though you have to work hard and it's select few to make professional football, but once you make it, you know, you pretty much can see your future and see where it is, and you can see the light at the end of the tunnel. But rap, man, you can have a hit today and be gone tomorrow, man. It's a shaky business, man.
That is true.
Very shaky. You got to have the heart for it, you know, and you got to understand the business side of it also.
Yeah. And it's forever changing on us, and we're in a new phase now with this streaming and NFTs. So back to school again.
You ain't kidding. It's back to school again. And that's another thing. Now that you got streaming in and you're trying to work your catalog, you got to deal with your artists again, you know, trying to get them to understand that, you know, yes, we got it streaming, but hey, if we ain't promoting or doing anything, there's like 3 million records on streaming a day coming on, you know. Just because it's on there don't mean it's making money. You know, so I get a lot of problems with that, you know.
Yeah, so I don't know. I've been in that same boat trying to figure out with these streams because I wonder how long it's gonna keep going. Where we, what do? We still have to do something to get it, but I kind of like selling the products myself, and
The physical products.
yeah,
I
just
miss
coming up
that
with
too,
something,
yeah.
and I love that. I love if I get 1,000 or 5,000 CDs, I could count it. With that streaming,
Yeah.
you just see these numbers, you're like,
You
ah.
don't know what's going on. I really couldn't tell you the whole thing on streaming right now. I couldn't tell you how, it's really weird how it is, I don't understand it fully.
Yeah.
But I know, like you say, I know if I get 1,000 CDs and I go sell them, I know how to count that up.
Yeah, you know exactly what you're gonna make. It ain't based off how many people paid subscription that month and how many people in the group you in. Nobody got time for that. But it doesn't look like we're going back to the physical pieces.
No, I don't think so. But being someone who has other interests, it's just right now it's just really a little side project for me.
Yeah.
Because dealing with artists as opposed to your investments or whatever, it's a blessing to stay over here on the investment side. It is. It's stressful over here dealing with artists. It's very stressful.
Yeah. It's stressful on all ends, man. Even the investment.
I love my investments. even a couple stocks, when I'm trying to pick some, trying to pick those penny stocks. But at least I know what I'm gonna get over here on these pennies. I know I'm taking a chance over here. When you're doing that.
Yeah, man. I kind of roll with the stocks. It'd be like trying to roll with what Elon Musk. I know if he tweet, I got action the next day. So I'm trying to hang with them people and deal with they stocks, but lately he been acting so erratic, he messing it up for me.
Elon's been good to me. I was early in the doggy Kong. When he would tweet, it'd go up. I had to get out of it though, make your money, and go to the next one. But during the pandemic, he was very good, huh?
Yeah.
Stock market was good during the pandemic.
Yeah, it definitely was.
Pandemic was good. It was Robin Hood down.
Yeah. Robin Hood changed the world with that no fees on the trades, because I remember when I used to be with my first stockbroker, it was 100 in, 100 out. And now I'm with E-Trade, they charge 1 penny. They couldn't do it for free, so they said, we'll charge 1 penny. It's just like free. And I'll be like, well, even that, because when I first started with them, it was $4.95, and penny is better than $5. So.
It is, and Robin was good because I got all my nephews and nieces in it. 16, I had them buying stock, so they were using their money instead of just going and buying gym shoes and all crazy stuff. They got into it, and that introduced them to the stock market without the big cost, because we had the big trading costs. Every time you put a trade in, it's gonna cost your arm and leg. Nope. Robinhood changed the game for a lot of people. It's very educational.
Yeah, they definitely
got to
did.
get a lot of young people involved in my family, involved in trading stocks, man. And now
you got to.
They understand. That's how you build wealth. We're gonna build some wealth with the young ones.
Yeah.
Tell them do that.
I was trying to get my son. We was talking about doing the tennis shoes on the tennis shoe StockX.
Yeah.
And he seemed interested because he into the shoes, and I was like, "Well, we'll do it," but he backed out on it. So
I had a nephew who did that. I said, "Yeah, you can buy them, but don't wear them." He said, "What? Don't wear?" I said, "It's modern art for you, young guy. Put them in a little glass case. That's your new art."
Yeah, I noticed my son doesn't even like to bend them. When he would get them, he'd be walking. I said, "Why are you walking like that?" "I can't bend them. Put a crease in them." I'm like, "Oh man."
I tell them don't wear them. Put them in the glass. Sit them above your mantle.
Well, they don't want to buy none from me, because if they buy them from me, I probably wore them for about 2 years, because I average about 2 years on my Air Force One. So
2 years.
I be trying. I ain't into that stuff like that.
You want to do the Dame Dash, wear them once, throw them away when they get a little dust.
Why would I do that? No.
Huh? You don't throw them out?
Nope. I don't throw them out. I've never owned a pair of Jordans. Never. I just Air Force One's about as high as I've been.
Air Force. That's all I buy. Also.
And I look for the sales. I don't even get the modern ones. I get the ones that's on sale, because it's not worth it, man. Even like we went somewhere where we went out to the country where we had some land. The guy was clearing it. We got out there, man, and I had on my black Air Force Ones. As soon as I stepped out the car, the dust just poof,
Oh.
all up my leg. I'm like, man, this is not gonna get it.
Yeah, well, you gotta buy them. They're investment property now. You know? It's artwork. You don't buy shoes, put them on the mantle.
Yeah, well, maybe one day I'll have a pair like that. But all the ones I buy now, they get worn.
They get worn.
Yeah, they definitely getting worn.
Yeah, that's my vision. My vision's changed. Everything is sort of look with the eye toward investing. I mean,
Yeah.
all right, how can I make money doing it? You know, not saying I don't have fun, but majority of the things I just don't waste money anymore. You know, I just don't.
So what are you gonna be investing in? Your property?
Yeah, you know what? I was fortunate to be my agent when I first got into the league with the Oilers. He introduced me to real estate.
Mm-hmm.
Now, real estate's been my bread and butter. That's been funding my lifestyle. You know, it definitely ain't music. Yeah, I definitely have to say, music hadn't funded my lifestyle. My lifestyle, by buying apartment buildings early. Mm-hmm. Now I mixed them. I put artists in apartment buildings. That's why I say you're a landlord. You know, I put cats in apartments, paid the bills. They don't give you credit for that.
No, they don't even want to. They don't want you to recoup it.
I can itemize all that. You want a expense report? You want me to put all that on there?
I did.
I'm like, dude, I did all that gas. I did all that. You put them in my apartments, man. You know. But that's my bread and butter. Real estate was always my bread and butter.
Yeah.
That's how I live on real estate. I started that when I first got in the league, 20 years old, buying property. Been doing it ever since. Now we got all these flippers in here changing the game. Everything's up. You know, I'm not buying as much as I used to, but you know, it provides a great living, a great monthly stream of income. You know,
that's all it is. That from everything I see, they say your monthly stream. That's what you need. You need a consistent monthly stream, and what they say, most rich people got at least 5 or 6 streams.
5 or 6 streams. Yeah, buddy.
Yeah, so.
Be great if I could put a music stream in there.
Well, you know, maybe we answer one of them emails, and then the right one might come. You know, when you hear it.
But when you listen to the younger guys rap these days, man, it's so much. It's so much anger and it's so much combative. You know, it's ops and all this. Now I know we didn't. Our music was a little radical for our day, but right now, our music is kind of soft. You know, I wouldn't say soft, but it's not geared as much as they're going against each other too much. I don't understand that business model. That business model for me right now is, if I had a young guy, I would like, how are we going to continue to keep going against the guy from the next neighborhood and this hood here? That's our ops. We can't go around. How are we going to make money? What's the business model? If everybody's fighting each other, you know, you can't go here, you can't go there. I'm like, nah, that don't fit the business model, man. How are we going to make money like that?
Yeah, they not just fighting each other on words either. They out, they just shooting each other up, killing each other, and I'm like, this is rap. It's a battle of words, not these dudes they pulling out guns. And I mean, if you think about how many young rappers, I think in the last month or two, there's been like what, 3, 4 young rappers that's gone, up and comers. So I don't know what the end result gonna be. Me and Charles was talking about that. Charles Washington, Screw manager, he was talking about the young people. They just they murdering each other too much. So it's not. We don't know what their generation gonna hold on the music.
Yeah, it's really rough. Maybe they miss us. You know, being the independents. With us, we were there to guide the young guys. You know, when they came in. Maybe if we were guys like I was still around. You know, you look at the old guys that started with us. How it might have been different if we still managing these rappers, these younger guys. You know, we wouldn't have all that fighting and all that. It'd be more business minded. I think the young guys just come up more street. It's just too street right now.
Yeah.
And for majors, they like, well, y'all can fight because we can pick amongst 1,000 of y'all. Y'all kill each other. Oh, it's okay. It's another one jumping right back in, you know.
And they also got the insurance policies on them, so they don't care. They doubling up and tripling up, and then if you do die, the catalog they do got on you is more valuable because people gonna buy it.
Because you did, huh?
Yeah.
Well, that's what we did. We took a more personal interest in our rappers, you know, in our guys. You know, they became sort of family. We looked out, like you said, when you had additional issues, they came to us. Who you gonna call? They called us. Because you know they can't call the label with those issues now. You need some money. I mean, them boys don't play. Call to New York and ask for some extra money.
No, you have to be buzzed to get in. Be on hold, and you be like, I'm waiting, and then you get, he can't call you, but he said he'll call you right back out. He's in a meeting. You'd be like, he's been in a meeting for the last 2 weeks.
2 weeks, but they'll get us though. Maybe that is something I didn't think about it. Maybe they do miss guys like us.
Yeah.
To go in there and guide these young guys in the music industry, you know. Yeah. We had the old labels like in Houston, like we used to. We had, a bunch of labels, a bunch of guys leading rappers, but now they're signing their deals, they're putting them in them 360s, man. They're on their own. Yeah. They're not getting the guidance, the longevity. I think that's what we were stressing, man. If you want to be in this business a long time, you want to sit here and eat the next 10, 15 years, you want to eat, your family want to eat, you can't go out there just fighting with everybody. You got to be around to feed your family,
Yeah.
They need to understand that this is, don't live for the day. You got to live for the
And they
moment.
dying so young, in the, barely 20, 21, 22. It might be an occasional one about 30 that pop up, and like the dude who was about to blow up, he was at some female's house, and I think her ex came, killed him.
Yeah, the guy in Atlanta, yeah.
I'm like, man, see, that's too much, man. I don't want no parts of that. I'm happy doing what I'm doing. I don't want to deal with that.
Yeah, I couldn't imagine having to beef with my artist. Well, if you got to beef, you got to beef with us. I don't want to be beefing with no one.
No, I'm not in the mix with
them.
them.
Trying to be in no beef, man. Trying to live, take care of the family, man.
That's right.
Make sure that they're okay and that they're living good and have a great lifestyle so they can make right choices, Put them in position to make good choices.
Yeah.
But that young rap, boy, it's something else.
Yeah. You have any young rappers you like? The ones you can be able to listen to.
Young rap? Oh man, that's a good question. Yeah, the young rap. Because I don't listen to music as much as I used to. Most of the time I'm listening to podcasts and all that, if anything.
Yeah.
So I don't listen, and I'm always on that my satellite channel, Soul Time. I'm listening to that 70s, 80s music, man. That's where I'm at.
Yeah.
When you're mellow in life, listen to the old Motown and those old R&B and old classic rock. That's what I do, baby.
I get it's every blue moon I might turn on the radio. But most of the time I'm on the sports channel myself. Yeah, I listen to it. I'll be talking and arguing with them. I ain't called in nothing. I'm just having a conversation with the radio about the sports stuff. And it's, but music is in the blood. So every now and then I get a little bit of the twitch. They played my first song on the radio on the oldies versus the new people. And I actually was recording, and I said, look, I smiled. I was happy for a few minutes, and then the thoughts of the bad stuff came in. And it was it's always a challenge like that. But
that's one thing about us. We didn't do a lot of, we didn't have a lot of radio songs. We didn't.
No, I had two.
A lot of radio songs, man.
Yeah, and people don't realize, the radio, they always, I laugh every time now I hear that thing, support local radio, because Spotify want to make them pay more money. And they like local radio stations support the locals. And I'm like, really?
Yeah,
I've been told that we already playing one local, so we ain't going to play nobody else's.
Remember all of us trying to get radio play, man? It was hard.
Man, no.
We got a night, though. Didn't we get a night of...
we got something.
We got a night of locals. Man, how do you play? I think it was Sunday night on Sunday or Saturday.
I think it was one of them nights. And I think at the end of the year he do a countdown. I've made that before. And I was like, well, how did I make this countdown if you didn't even play that record? This is crazy, but it is what it is.
Yeah, it is.
Luckily back then the underground was able to keep us going.
Oh man.
Because people bought CDs then and they was looking for the new artists. Now their attention spans is too short.
It is. It's way too short now, man. I mean, I don't know how we would survive. You got to put a new record out every 3-4 months. Huh?
Yeah.
You need to put a new record out, or you got to stay relevant, or they'll forget about you.
Yeah.
That all the time. You got to keep putting records out. I think the quality is going down on the music.
Yeah, because they're rushing it. It's not the same formats, and I think it's easier for people to do records, so people can record it right in their house. And I think some of them, they got a quality setup where they're getting a good sound, but a lot of them don't. But they just like, I'm gonna bang it out, I'm gonna throw it at the wall and see what sticks.
Yeah, they do a lot of compilations, as we used to call them.
Yeah.
When you put an album out, you got 30 people on it, that's a compilation, but
Yeah.
it's not an album. It's changed. It's compilations now. They got everybody on the album.
You know, and the labels want to do, they do them. They do the nouns and this is music, and they just, you can throw the hits on there and sell that.
So I'm trying to think, do they do it? Has anybody did an album? I think J. Cole did one. That's one of my, I like J. Cole's a good artist. That's one of the young guys. Can he consider a young guy?
I don't know, J. Cole's like a hybrid. He's got that old feel, but he's technically a new guy. But, you know.
I do Kendrick Lamar. Is he a young guy?
Yeah, yeah.
Kendrick Lamar.
Not that young, but they in that, because he beat the underground too, and then he finally blew up. I like Kendrick too, but you know, I don't understand what's the problem now. If nobody buying, all you gotta do is turn on your phone and click. Everybody should get some listens.
I don't know. I just miss them albums, man. Missing the inner notes, just physically putting your hand on them. You know, it's something about that.
It was a different feel too. You could read who produced it, read who mixed it, who did the cover, read a bunch of stuff you didn't have to read, but sometimes it was good. It led you to the next person you wanted to deal with.
There you go. That's a big difference now, man.
Yeah.
That it's just everything's fast now, man.
It definitely is.
It's fast.
What you think I seen? You think is Houston, we got another round in us?
Houston does?
Seem like the ladies taking it over now.
Boy, you kidding. Ladies.
Yeah.
But I'm sure there's got to be some young guys out there that just need an opportunity, need a guy to sign them or need a little direction. Maybe we ought to be consultants, you know, just consult them, you know.
Yeah.
Try to get in there and learn and do it from an independent perspective. Because I think right now, if you're independent, these guys should be able, if they do it from a business perspective, you know, because music is all business, you know, what they say is 95% business. If they can go in there, I think you can do a good career. They could have good careers, you know, get a loyal fan base, you know, even from an independent perspective, get out there and do some shows.
Yeah.
You know, they should be able to make a good living doing it.
Yeah, that show stuff. That was another thing that was always a little tough for me. You hoping for the best. You're riding with your guys, and then you get there and you're like, I can tell when I walk in the building. Like we went to New Orleans to do a show during the bounce time, and here we come with that slow, you know,
slow down
Texas music, and they was like the whole floor. They sweated, they jamming. Then they playing our music. They just looking. You're like, okay, what is going on? But, you know, I've had moments where we walk in and you're like, who are all these people here to see? You know, with the screw and we with the draped up and dripped out, and we out there in Louisiana and they was ready. Even the UGK when we jamming Jimmy O, I don't know if you remember jamming
Jimmy Olsen. Yeah.
He said, man, I'm gonna play y'all record and you owe me a favor. And y'all gonna do me a little show for cheap. And we hadn't blew up, so what are we gonna say? But yeah, did you get there? It's like 2,000 people in the club. Then paid like $40, and you're like, dang, it's a free show. But you gotta, those are the trades.
You gotta pay your dues, man.
You just gotta pay
your dues, man.
I'm thankful that he did what he did, because if he wouldn't have played the record the way he did, it would have never spread to the next station, and you know, so that show was well worth it. You know,
we had a bunch of DJs like that.
Yeah, it was Reg in Effect who found
Reg in Effect, Wicked Cricket, Captain Jack.
Captain Jack used to do all our commercials back in the day.
They don't have guys like that around no more, do they?
Mr. Big Man, Mr. Big Time, showing niggas